Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smart, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. Look, I'm just gonna say this outright. First and foremost, I can't wait for WrestleMania. I'm very much looking forward to John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, especially after the heel turn. This is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see it. I'm very curious as to how John Cena is going to perform. I want to know, what is he going to do to change up his character? Is he going to change his attire? Is he going to change his demeanor? He came out to the press conference tonight and he ended up dropping the microphone without actually saying anything, which is good. That's cool. Keep him guessing. Keep him wanting. I know it's working for me, right? I want this. I really, really, really want this. And I want to see where they are going to go going into WrestleMania. This is exciting. This is a very exciting time in professional wrestling. No matter if you feel this is one of the biggest things that ever happened in professional wrestling history, whether you want to compare it to something else, that's your prerogative. I understand if you don't feel it's bigger than certain events that happen or not bigger. That's not my problem, nor do I really care about that. What I do care about, though, is The Rock. Now, when I see Rock on television, clearly he's not the same character as to who he was back in the 1990s, back in the early 2000s, right? It's not the same Rock, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Clearly, Rock, as far as the way he thinks, his mentality is going to change from 25 years ago, especially given his position in life currently right now. What I don't like, though, is how you have such heavy momentum going into a big event. Whether you like it or not, this is one of the biggest stories in professional wrestling history. If for nothing else, a John Cena heel turn. Right? We can all agree on that. Why is Rock consistently going out of his way to undercut everything that's building into WrestleMania by breaking kayfabe so blatantly? And I know this is unpopular to some people. I know some people don't mind. And like I said, that's your prerogative. That's your prerogative. Unfortunately, you grew up in a time where kayfabe, it doesn't really have a sense with you, right? Right? You can enjoy Christmas without having to believe in Santa Claus. I get it. I understand. But for me, that's how I engage with the story. For a lot of people, that's how they engage with the story. Cena came out and he dropped the microphone. He kept kayfabe. He kept it consistent with the character that he's trying to commit to going into WrestleMania, because this is a monumental time right now. This is historic, what we're witnessing right now. Again, whether you like it or not, just subjectively, this is a historic period currently going on, going into WrestleMania. Why does Rock consistently go out of his way to undercut what the hell is currently going on? Is no one seeing this? And I just need someone to tell me, whether or not you care for kayfabe, what is the benefit of this? What is the positive that comes out of this? You keep seeing people making a mockery, because I see the same conversation happening online, and people, they remark and they reply, well, if it's still real to me, damn it. No, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. It's like, why are you arguing about this? You're still a wrestling fan, right? You still understand the context of professional wrestling as to why it's different than every other medium, right? Right? Like, we do have that camaraderie as professional wrestling fans, that we understand that no one can relate to professional wrestling in the manner of how we relate to it, because it's different. We take the same enthusiasm that we have for a movie and the same enthusiasm that we have for sports, just given the athleticism, and we combine it. That's what makes us unique as professional wrestling fans. And The Rock knows this. We're talking about a guy who's a third generation superstar. He knows how the business should be run, or ran, I guess. Why does he keep going out of his way to just deliberately take tools out of the arsenal that is needed in order to convey something that can reach the extent of the how can I put this? That can reach the extent of how good a story can be. You know what I mean? This is not acting in the sense of watching a movie and you can take yourself out of the element and then you can explain it that way. No, it's not like that, man. It's different. Professional wrestling is different. You have The Rock right now on the press conference. Mind you, this is after John Cena just dropped the microphone and not said anything. explaining the story, talking about how, oh, it's fine for us to consistently go out of our way to juxtapose ourselves. Oh, we could be heels. Oh, we could be faces. That's fine. You don't have to think that way. Old school this, old school that is dead and all that. You can think that, but the fundamentals are still intact. No? Are the fundamentals still intact? You want to be able to get the most out of what story you're trying to put out there, and I just don't see The Rock doing that by consistently undercutting what kayfabe is. He should be coming out here and first off, the press conference shit is lame as fuck. They never ask any legitimate questions. All the questions they ask is just pandering kiss ass bullshit, or they just ask questions that, like, I don't know, they just seem so lackluster. But it just always gives Rock an opportunity to talk about how he, as the final boss, is different from Dwayne Johnson. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? Why? Again, I'm asking you guys, whether you care for kayfabe or you don't care for kayfabe, what is the benefit? What is the positive that comes out of this? I see nothing but negatives. I see nothing but negatives when I see The Rock do this. It just comes off as someone who is so fucking insecure that he really doesn't want to be seen in the light as to what he's portraying himself on television. Dude, we know there's a difference between The Rock and Dwayne Johnson. We know this. You don't have to keep constantly having to reassure us that I'm not that guy. I really am not a bad guy. I love you guys. I love everybody. You guys need to understand that I am not the final boss. This is a character. And he says it all the time. This is a character this. This is a character that. This is a character this. We get it. Kayfabe is dead. But what we're trying to say, what I'm trying to ask is, why do you keep stepping on it when it's already dead? What is the benefit? Again, asking for everybody, what is the benefit? There is no benefit coming out of this outside of Rock making the story that much more disconnected with the fans. And again, maybe that's not problematic to you, but for a majority of us who watch this shit, it is problematic. It is a problem. It does hurt us. It does hurt the story. I want to be able to get lost in whatever I'm watching. I want to be able to watch heel John Cena do his work and actually, for the time being, as I'm watching it on television, just like I did tonight, be shocked, be in awe of what the character that's being presented currently at this moment in time is giving to us. And here you have The Rock coming out of nowhere, essentially saying, yeah, guys, I bet you love this shit, but you do realize it's fake. Guys, over here, waving my hands. You do realize this is fake. See, look at this. They're jumping right back to Big E and everybody, and now they're starting to talk about, the stories again, but this is after The Rock just deliberately said that all this is fake. So why are we going back talking about this again? This is my problem. This is the problem that I'm having. Look at that. You can't hear it right now, but I can hear it because I got my headphone on right now. They're talking right now, Big E, Wade Barrett, and the other bald-headed guy. They're currently talking right now about the significance of the pay-per-view and what the characters currently right now, the wrestlers right now, how they themselves are relating to everything. But it hurts because The Rock just deliberately undercut everything that you just said. I just don't see why he's doing this. Why? Well, I know why he's doing it. Again, it has everything to do with his insecurity as a person, and why won't anyone check him over this? Why won't anyone pull him to the side and say, Rocky, we get it. We understand. You come from a different world nowadays. You, as far as your significance or your significant ties with the business, is not as strong as it used to be because it's not something that you rely on. But you have a guy like Cody Rhodes who lost the blood tonight. You have someone like a Liv Morgan who has probably a scar on her body for the rest of her life after that fucking braid whip from Bianca Belair. Like, we have people who hurt themselves over this, die over this. And Rock, the biggest person in the business, arguably, of all time, should know better to do something like this. He should know better. He should know then when you're constantly taking tools away from the performers that they need in order to convey their story in an accurate way, he knows that it does no good. And yes, I understand at the end of the day, it's Rock, it's John Cena, it's WrestleMania. It's gonna sell tickets no matter what, right? The house is always gonna fucking be big regardless because of who the talents are. But you can't sit here and tell me that you're cool with seeing that. You can't sit here and tell me that what you're seeing currently right now with The Rock constantly doing, because it's not like he's just doing this here on the press conference. He did it on the last press conference too, when he showed up and he hugged Cody Rhodes on SmackDown last week. He did it all the he constantly does it when he's on Twitter. He constantly does it when he's on his social media. And it's like, dude, I don't know why. I don't know why. And once again, people are gonna probably come into the comment section and they're gonna laugh and they're gonna be like, oh, there he goes, there goes another, it's still real to me. Like, you don't get it. No, that just comes from clowns who just can't argue the point, or like they're making a mockery of something that they're not fully understanding the point of. Yes, we get it. Wrestling is scripted. Wrestling is fake. But why rub it in our faces? Why make it that hard to relate to the story for no reason when you didn't have to do that? Again, I'm not even understanding what you're even mad about as far as what you're trying to protect. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I see you people come into the comment section right now saying all this stuff. But, like, what are you angry over as far as what I'm saying? Because that's anger. That's frustration. You commenting, it's still real to me, damn it, or it's not that big of a deal. Out of anger and out of frustration, like, what are you necessarily defending? You're not defending wrestling. You're not defending anything. That's the part that irks me the most. Look, all I'm asking is for Rock to not even necessarily be a professional, because I know most people will probably say, Devontae, your definition of professionalism is not going to equate to The Rock, the person who's actually in the ring, or even your perspective as far as professionalism is considered, because you don't care for kayfabe in the sense of how everybody else cares for kayfabe. But I can tell you, everybody else, maybe even you, I would think like probably 99.9% of wrestling fans who watch professional wrestling, they got into it because they thought it was real to some degree. Maybe not everybody. Okay, you're always going to have that one person raising their hand pretending that they're special, most likely lying. No, there's a good shot that you got into professional wrestling because you thought all of it was real. Then eventually you recognized that it was fake, but you still loved it. I can only imagine what you would do if you watched the business and you knew off rip that it was fake. That's what makes it so different from movies versus what we watch as far as professional wrestling fan. That's what makes it so different as far as us watching television shows than watching professional wrestling, because we go into this knowing that it's an actor. We go into this knowing it's a cartoon show. We go into this knowing that this person in this movie was in a different movie and it's not the same universe, but we know that in professional wrestling it's always consistently in that same universe. That's what makes the rules so much more different. Do you understand? Do you understand? All I'm saying is, like, there's no reason to deliberately take tools out of people's arsenal for no reason. Rock should do better. Rock should know better. Doing this benefits nobody. Doing this benefits nothing of the story that you're trying to create. Explaining away the characters does nothing for nobody. Except earmark going into this, we know that for the most part, everything that we're seeing on our television, oh wait, that's right, Rock told us this, which we know in the back of our minds, but constantly having to fucking reassure us and say that you have to do this in order to, I don't know, feed your ego or something. Why? Just a little rant I had to talk about. I just seen him at the press conference. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? What the hell is the purpose of this? You keep doing this shit over and over again. Why? It just makes no sense to me. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below in regards to how you feel about the commentary. You can disagree if you want to. I just don't know how or why you would disagree, outside of the fact that I really don't know. I really don't know. No one is shitting on The Rock's ability. No one is shitting on the story. No one is shitting on this. No one is shitting on that. All we're trying to ask is let us be immersed into the story. Why is that a bad thing? And if you can tell me why, please go ahead. Let me know why it's bad for us to want to be immersed in the story. Please, by all rights, explain that away. But as always, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smark, and I'll be catching you guys later. Deuces, P, Ice.